Welcome back to the Merging Life and Money Show. I am your host, Marie-Jo César. As we step into March, we celebrate International Women's Month, a time to honor the achievements and contributions of women around the globe. This year, the theme is Inspire Inclusion, a call to action that resonates deeply with our mission to empower and educate professional women. It is a reminder that inclusion is not just a buzzword, but a necessary step in accelerating gender equality through economic empowerment. In today's episode, we will delve into what Inspire Inclusion really means in the context of Women Months. We will explore its significance, share inspiring stories, and discuss practical ways to embrace inclusion in our daily lives and workplaces. So grab your favorite beverage, get comfortable, and join me as we embark on this journey of inspiration and empowerment. As we navigate through today's episode, we will unfold the layers of what it means to inspire inclusion. But before we dive deep, let's briefly touch on the significance of this year's theme, Count Her In, Accelerating Gender Equality Through Economic Empowerment. Economic empowerment is a cornerstone of gender equality. Women can make empowered decisions, contribute to their communities, and challenge the status quo when they have access to financial resources, education, and opportunities. Count Her In is a powerful call to action that urges us to invest in women, recognizing their value and accelerate progress to a more inclusive and equitable world. Now, as we transition to the heart of our discussion, let's explore the essence of Inspire Inclusion and why it is so fundamental in today's society. Inclusion is a word we often hear, but what does it truly mean in the context of women's empowerment and gender equality? At its core, Inspire Inclusion is about creating environments where everyone feels valued, respected, and able to contribute their unique perspective and talents. Inclusion is not just about opening doors. It's about ensuring that once inside, everyone has an equal seat at the table. It is about recognizing and celebrating diversity, not just in terms of gender, but also race, age, ability, and more. So when we inspire inclusion, we foster a sense of belonging and empowerment, which is essential for driving change and innovation. As we move forward, we will delve deeper into the different dimensions of inclusion and how inspiration plays a pivotal role in promoting inclusive practices. Let us begin by defining what we mean by inspire inclusion. Inclusion is the practice of ensuring that everyone, regardless of their background, identity, or circumstances, has an equal opportunity to participate, contribute, and succeed. It is about valuing diversity and creating an environment where everyone feels welcome, respected, and supported. The importance of inclusion cannot be overstated, especially in the context of women's empowerment and gender equality. When women are included, they bring unique perspectives, ideas, and solutions that enrich our communities and workplaces. Inclusion leads to better decision-making, more innovation, and stronger, more resilient societies. Now that we have established the definition and importance of inclusion, let us explore the various dimensions through which inclusion manifests itself in society. Moreover, inclusion is not just a moral imperative. It is also a strategic one. Numerous studies have shown that diverse and inclusive organizations are more profitable, more creative, and better at solving complex problems. But by inspiring inclusion, we are not only doing the right thing, but we are also driving economic growth and progress. As we explore the different dimensions of inclusion in the next segment, we will see how social, economic, and political inclusion are interlinked and how they contribute to a more equitable and just world. This multifaceted concept encompasses several dimensions. Each dimension plays a critical role in achieving gender equality and empowering women. Social inclusion focuses on creating a society where everyone feels a sense of belonging and acceptance. It involves breaking down barriers that led to discrimination and exclusion, such as racism, sexism, and ageism. By promoting social inclusion, we ensure that women from all walks of life have the opportunity to participate fully in their communities. Economic empowerment is at the heart of inclusion. It is about providing women with equal access to financial resources, employment opportunities, and the ability to participate in economic decision making. Economic inclusion enables women to achieve financial independence and security, which is essential for their overall well being and for driving economic growth. Political inclusions. This dimension involves ensuring that women have an equal voice in political processes and decision making. It is about increasing women's representation in governments, advocating for policies that support gender equality, and empowering women to become leaders and change makers in their communities. By addressing these different dimensions of inclusion, we can create a more inclusive and equitable world where women are empowered to reach their full potential. As we move forward, let us delve into the role of inspiration in promoting inclusive practices and celebrating the diversity and achievements of women. Inspiration plays a pivotal and important role in promoting inclusive practices. It is a spark that ignites change and motivates individuals and organizations to embrace diversity and inclusion. When we share inspiring stories of women who have overcome barriers and achieved success, we not only celebrate their accomplishments, but we also encourage others to follow in their footsteps. Inspiration can come from various sources, such as role models, mentors, and leaders who champion inclusion. These individuals demonstrate the power of diversity and the positive impact it can have on society. By highlighting their stories, we inspire others to take action, to challenge stereotypes, and to create environments where everyone feels valued and included. Furthermore, inspiration fosters a sense of hope and possibility. It reminds us that change is achievable and that each one of us has a potential to make a difference. As we move forward, let us carry this sense of inspiration with us, using it as a tool to drive progress and create a more inclusive world. So, as we transition from understanding the essence of inspire inclusion to exploring its historical and contemporary impact, the second point of today's episode, let us delve into the origins and evolution of International Women's Month and how it has influenced global perspectives on inclusion. International Women's Month has a rich history that is rooted in the struggle for gender equality. It is a time to reflect on the progress that has been made and the challenges that still lie ahead. So, in the next segment, we will trace the origins of International Women's Month and examine the milestone in the fight for gender equality. As we celebrate International Women's Month, it is essential to reflect on its origin and how it has evolved over time. The roots of International Women's Month can be traced back to the early 20th century, a time of great social and political upheaval. Women around the world were fighting for their rights, including the right to vote, to work, and to receive an education. The first National Women's Day was observed in the United States in 1909, and it was in 1911 that International Women's Day was celebrated for the first time in Austria, Denmark, Germany, and Switzerland. These early celebrations were a powerful demonstration of women's solidarity and their demand for equality. Over the decades, International Women's Month has grown from a single day of recognition to a global month-long celebration. It has become a time to honor the achievements of women in various fields, from science and politics to arts and activism. It is also an opportunity to raise awareness about ongoing gender inequalities and to advocate for further progress. The evolution of International Women's Month reflects the ongoing journey to gender equality. It is a testament to the resilience and determination of women who have paved the way for future generations. As we look back on the milestone achieved, we are reminded of the work that still lies ahead in our quest for a more inclusive and equitable world. Throughout history, there have been numerous milestones in the fight for gender equality that have shaped the world we live in today. These achievements have been instrumental in advancing women's rights and inclusion. One such milestone was the women's suffrage movement, which culminated in women's gaining the right to vote in many countries during the early 20th century. This was a significant victory that empowered women to participate more fully in the political process and advocate for their interests. Another pivotal moment was the adoption of the United Nations Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women, CEDEW, and this was in 1979. Often described as an international Bill of Rights for Women, the Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women has been an important framework for promoting gender equality and protecting women's rights around the globe. More recently, the #MeToo movement has brought attention to the pervasive issue of sexual harassment and assault, sparking a global conversation about respect, consent, and equality. This movement has empowered survivors to share their stories and has prompted institutions to implement changes to address these issues. This milestone, along with countless others, has contributed to the progress we have made in achieving gender equality. However, the journey is far from over. And as we celebrate International Women's Month this year, we must also recommit ourselves to the ongoing struggle for a world where all women are treated with dignity and respect. A key aspect of International Women's Month is celebrating the remarkable achievements of women across various sectors. This celebration is not just about recognizing individual success, but also about highlighting the collective progress we have made to achieve gender equality and inclusions, as well as serving as an inspiration for future generations. In the world of science, for example, we have trailblazers like Marie Curie, a French lady who was the first woman to win a Nobel Prize and remains the only person to win Nobel Prizes in two different scientific fields. In politics, figures like New Zealand's Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern have shown exemplary leadership, especially in times of crisis. In the arts, women like Frida Kahlo and Maya Angelou have used their talent to express profound truth about the human experience and advocate for social changes. In the business world, entrepreneurs like Oprah Winfrey and Indra Nooyi have broken glass ceilings and paved the way for other women to succeed. By celebrating these achievements, International Women's Month helps to challenge stereotypes and broaden our understanding of what women are capable of. It is a reminder that women's contributions are invaluable and that their potential is limitless. As we move forward, in the third and final point of today's episode, let us turn our attention to practical approaches to inspiring inclusion, particularly in the realm of social, economic, and political participation. Creating inclusive workplaces is essential for fostering gender equality and empowering women. Employers can adopt various strategies to ensure that their work environments are welcoming and supportive for all employees. One effective approach is implementing flexible work arrangements, which can be particularly beneficial for women who often balance work and caregiving responsibilities. Offering options like remote work and flexible hours and part-time positions can make a significant difference in promoting work-life harmony and retaining talented women in the workforce. Another strategy is providing mentorship and leadership development programs specifically targeted at women. This initiative can help women build the skills and the confidence needed to advance in their careers and take on leadership roles. Additionally, companies should strive to create a culture of diversity and inclusion where everyone feels valued and respected. I will not stop saying that. This can be achieved through regular training on unconscious bias, promoting open communication, and ensuring that diversity and inclusion are integrated into all aspects of the organization. By implementing these strategies, workplaces can become more inclusive and supportive, enabling women to thrive and contribute fully to their organization's success. While creating inclusive workplaces is important, fostering inclusion extends beyond the professional realm. Let us explore how we can promote inclusion in education and community initiatives. Education plays an essential role in shaping an inclusive society. By promoting gender equality and diversity in educational settings, we lay the foundation for a more equitable future. Schools and universities can implement inclusive curricula that highlight the contributions of women and marginalized groups, ensuring that students learn about the diverse range of perspectives and experiences. In addition to formal education, community initiatives play an important role in promoting inclusion. Programs that focus on empowering women and girls, such as leadership training and financial literacy workshops and health awareness campaigns, can have a profound impact on individuals and communities as a whole. Community centers, local organizations, and NGOs or non-government organizations can also create spaces where women can come together, share their experiences, and support each other. These spaces can foster a sense of belonging and provide valuable resources for women to navigate challenges and pursue their goals. Furthermore, Involving men and boys in these initiatives is essential for achieving gender equality. By educating and engaging them as allies, we can challenge harmful gender norms and create a more inclusive environment for everyone. Through concerted efforts in education and community initiatives, we can inspire inclusion and empower women and girls to reach their full potential. I would also add that in our increasingly digital world, online platforms offer powerful tools for promoting inclusion and advocating for gender equality. Social media, blogs, podcasts like this one, and other digital channels provide a space for diverse voices to be heard and for important conversations to unfold. One way to leverage the digital platform is by amplifying the stories and achievements of women from various backgrounds. Highlighting their successes and challenges can inspire others and raise awareness about the importance of inclusion. Platforms like Instagram, X, formerly Twitter, TikTok, and LinkedIn are excellent for sharing these stories and reaching a wide audience. Additionally, digital platforms can be used to mobilize support for gender equality initiatives. Online petitions, fundraising campaigns, and awareness drives can galvanize collective action and bring about meaningful change. They provide an opportunity for individuals to contribute to causes they care about, even from a distance. Moreover, digital platforms can facilitate networking and mentorship opportunities for women. Online communities and forums can connect women with mentors, peers, and resources that can help them advance in their careers and personal lives. By leveraging the power of digital platforms, we can create a more inclusive and connected world where women's voices are amplified and their contributions are celebrated. While leveraging digital platforms offers numerous opportunities for inspiring inclusion, it is important to acknowledge the challenges that still exist on the path to full inclusion. Achieving full inclusion requires addressing persistent gender gaps and biases that continue to hinder progress. One of the major challenges is the gender pay gap, which remains a significant issue worldwide. Women often earn less than men for doing the same work, which not only affects their financial independence, but also perpetuates economic inequality. Another challenge is the underrepresentation of women in leadership positions, particularly in fields like science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, STEM, as well as in politics and corporate boards. This lack of representation limits the diversity of perspectives and decision-making, which is necessary for innovation and progress. Additionally, societal and cultural norms can create barriers to inclusion. Stereotypes and prejudices about gender roles can discourage women from pursuing certain careers or participating fully in public life. Addressing these deeply ingrained attitudes require concerted efforts from individuals, communities, and governments. Overcoming these challenges is not an easy task, but it is essential for creating a truly inclusive world. It requires continuous effort, adaptation, and a commitment to challenging the status quo. By working together, we can break down these barriers and pave the way for a more equitable and inclusive future. As we near the end of today's episode, I would like to reflect on our discussion today. We explored the multifaceted nature of Inspire Inclusion and its significance in the context of International Women's Month. We began by delving into the essence of inclusion, highlighting the importance of creating environments where everyone feels valued and respected. We then journeyed through the historical and contemporary impact of Women's Month, celebrating the milestones in the fight for gender equality and the achievements of women across various sectors. Lastly, we discussed practical approaches to inspiring inclusion, from fostering inclusive workplaces to leveraging digital platforms and addressing the challenges that impede full inclusion. As we wrap up today's episode, let's take a moment to recap the key points we've discussed and reflect on the ongoing journey toward gender equality and inclusion. Again, I'm going to repeat that throughout our discussion, we highlighted the importance of this year's theme for Women International Month, which is Inspire Inclusion. We explored the definition and significance of inclusion. So we celebrated the achievements of women through history, and we discussed the practical strategies for promoting inclusion in various aspects of life. The essence of Inspire Inclusion is about recognizing and valuing the diversity of experiences and perspectives that women bring to the table. It's about creating spaces where women feel empowered to contribute, empowered to lead, and empowered to thrive. As we celebrate International Women's Month, let us remember that inclusion is not just a theme for March, but a guiding principle for our actions throughout the year. Reflecting on the progress made regarding gender equality, we must acknowledge that the journey is far from over. There are still many barriers to overcome and challenges to address. However, every step we take in inclusion is a step to a more equitable and just world. So by continuing to advocate for gender equality, support women's empowerment, and challenge discriminatory practices, we can accelerate progress and create a future where everyone has the opportunity to succeed. As I ponder on today's discussion on Inspire Inclusion, I encourage each of you to consider how you can contribute to a more inclusive world, whether it is by supporting women-owned businesses, mentoring young women in your community, or advocating for inclusive policies in your workplace. Every action counts. So let's use the momentum of International Women's Month to inspire lasting change and commitment to gender equality and inclusion. Now, I will leave you with the words of the phenomenal Maya Angelou. Each time a woman stands up for herself, without knowing it possibly, without claiming it, she stands up for all women. Let this word inspire you to stand up for inclusion, equality, and empowerment. Together, we can create a world where every woman's voice is heard and her potential is celebrated. Thank you for joining me on this journey of exploration and inspiration. I get very animated about topics like that. I hope today's episode has sparked new ideas and motivated you to take action for a more inclusive world. I would like to express my gratitude to all the incredible women who continue to break barriers and pave the way for future generations. Your strength and resilience are a source of inspiration for us all. As always, I invite you to share your thoughts and stories on how you are inspiring inclusion in your life. So connect with us on social media or leave a review on your favorite podcast platform. Together, we can make a difference. Until next time, keep striving for a more inclusive and equitable world. I am your host, Marie-Jo César. I will be back again with you next week. Until then, keep merging life and money with intention and purpose. Bye for now.